Welcome back, fiber friends, to another episode of the Wool School podcast. My name is Brian, I'm your host, and yes, it has been a while, okay? I have been posting a little bit on TikTok, posting a little bit on Instagram, but if you don't follow me there, okay, I went a little MIA in terms of the YouTube specifically, okay? I don't know, I was just feeling a little burnt out. Specifically, not even in the act of like crafting, because I've been crocheting up a storm recently. Okay, you can actually see one of the projects in the back. I'm almost done with that. However, I'm going to do like a whip check type video soon as well, because I don't know. I just want to separate the two videos. Y'all know I can yap, okay? I need as much time as I can get. However, today we're going to be unboxing some stuff. Sorry if you can hear Bo in the background, as per usual. He wants to make himself a nuisance once I sit down with the camera. I feel like because he thinks he's like missing out on something. You're not missing out on anything. Anyway, I have two different fiber things to show you guys. They are both braids of fiber from two different places. So if you've been following for a while, you already know. This is the Fossil Fibers. It is the next braid in the Cephalopod series. I did sign up for their like year-long fiber subscription. I'm not usually a subscription person. However, I love all of Fossil Fiber's stuff. I literally immediately spun the last braid that they sent me, and I spun it in, I think, essentially a day, and I was very, very pleased with the yarn. I just enjoy the colors that they often choose. I think they do a good job. So we have this to unbox. I have no idea what's in here. I have stayed away from spoilers. And then the other thing that I have is in this bag here. So there is a new fiber shop in the town sort of next to mine or near mine. Down in Rehoboth Beach, there is a brand new yarn/fiber shop. They do sell yarn and unspun fiber, which I think is super cool. It's called High Tide Fibers. If you're visiting Rehoboth this summer, because we are, the nation's summer capital or whatever, everybody likes to visit us once the summer comes, and everybody wants to go to the beach. So if you're looking for a shop to stop in, please stop into High Tide Fiber. Give them my love. Maybe buy a little yarn or buy a little fiber like I did. Since I actually know what this one is, I think I'm just gonna like show it to you guys right off the bat. If you have been following for a while, this color scheme is no surprise to anyone. I have been looking for just like an all teal braid, and this is from, let's get the deets. Okay, so this is from Create Yarn Works. One thing that I thought was really cool about High Tide Fibers is that they do have very thoughtful choices for the companies and the brands that they are choosing to stock in store, and they actually have details about like why they've chosen each brand. Maybe it's because they're local, or like a women-centered business, or an LGBT plus friendly business. Like there's lots of different reasons that they center different businesses that they stock. And so I just super appreciate that, like the thoughtfulness behind the curation of the shop. It has some stuff that you know and love, but also some stuff that's a little different or localish. This is 50% BFL, 25% rose fiber, and 25% baby alpaca. Please don't come for me, okay? Don't remind me about my alpaca allergy. I know I have it. You guys know I have it. Alpaca sneaks its way into my collection once in a while, because the problem is I'm not like super duper allergic. I'm just like a little allergic. And then this colorway is called Tempting Teal. It's called Tempting Teal. It was $28. I actually got it on opening day, which was a while ago. This tells you how long I've been waiting to do these unboxings, because also I'm pretty sure my next braid is like gonna come around the corner like in a few weeks. It's sort of like a once every 2 months type of deal, so that tells you how long I've been waiting to actually open up this package. Okay, without further ado, and while we still have light, because it is like 5 o'clock, I went to the beach today. Okay, second time to the beach. Both times windier than I expected. Both times did not really stay as long as I had originally planned or wanted to, because it was just like, it started to get a little too chilly, a little too windy. I found some cool shells though. It was a very successful beach day in my opinion. Let's open up this braid. Let's open this up, see what I got. Okay, I know it's gonna be already wrapped because they always have like cute little wrap packaging here. I have like truly no idea what colors we're expecting. Fossil Fibers does all colors very well. And I never have problems spinning the fiber because it's almost never felted. This is so groovy. Oh, I love this. Oh, I love this. Oh, ooh. Okay, so it has been in the package for a while, so it needs to like floof up a little bit, but look at those colors. There's like browns and oranges and pinks and reds. I feel like it's not really capturing some of the light. There we go. You can kind of see like in the light. Oh, but I love these like dark colors. I've been really enjoying spinning more like really dark stuff. Okay, let's see the stats. Fossil Fibers tag. It is chambered Nautilus. I'm gonna put a photo up just like last time of the chambered Nautilus. I am not sure what it looks like, but I bet it looks sick as hell because guys, if you didn't watch my last YouTube video, I love things that don't have spines. I love bugs and I love the bugs of the ocean. So invertebrates, you know, cephalopods, crabs. I love crabs. I just think they're really cool. And this is a 50-50 merino tencel blend. Okay, so something about me, I love tencel. I do. I really enjoy spinning it. I'd say it's probably like one of my favorites next to rose fiber. I didn't even realize that other fiber was rose fiber when I picked it up. I think I just saw the alpaca and the BFL and assumed that it was like a 50-50 split or something. But I do enjoy rose fiber, but I like tencel more. I do enjoy rose fiber, and I like it more than some other fibers that I've spun. Like, I do like it a little bit more than bamboo, and I do like it a lot more than pineapple fiber. However, tencel, I just love, like, you guys can see that shine. I don't even need it. The sun is setting and you can still see how freaking shiny it is. And I love that. And although I'm not usually a merino person, I do think the like bright whiteness of this merino and the softness with the tencel, like I understand this blend. I feel like this was the right colorway to put on this so you could get all of the depth of color. Because one thing that I feel like we don't talk about a lot in the fiber world when it comes to choice of fiber, we always talk about like, oh, like some things are softer than others, some fibers are stronger than others, but something that is not really talked about unless you are actively dyeing yarn and fiber is that some wool, even if it is bright white wool, will not take color well. Okay, down breeds, I'm looking at you, okay? They don't take color super well, even if it's a really potent dye. I've done sun dyes where I had like one sample that was like a down type wool, probably Suffolk if I had to take a guess. And then I had like another type of wool in there, probably like a longer wool or something more traditional, or easily found like a merino or a BFL. And I remember my one skein came out so dark, deep purple. It was like a lac. No, it wasn't lac. It was logwood. It was a logwood dye. Sorry about that. And anyway, one of the skeins came out super dark, but the one with the down wool came out unbelievably light, and they were mordanted and dyed in literally the same pot. So some fibers don't take color as well, and merino is known for taking color very, very well. And this is a great example of that. I don't know if all of this depth of color would have taken as well on another fiber. I'm really excited to spin this. I'm probably going to put it immediately on my wheel. Just like last time when I received a braid, I have not had anything on my spinning wheel for a while because I've been crocheting up a storm. I have been finishing a lot of crochet projects. The fact of the matter is though, a lot of them aren't like, I guess they're not Instagram friendly. I can't even say they're not social media friendly because I really want to make a big TikTok where I like show off all of the things that I have been crocheting recently because I feel like there's like a running theme throughout a lot of them. Slash I just want to show them off. But this is rad. I'm going to put this on the wheel immediately, and when I'm done spinning that, I'm probably going to put this on the wheel. Okay, this is editing, Brian, and it is early in the morning, so please don't judge all this, but I missed this little note in the package until, like, after I had filmed everything, and I did kind of want to include the information because it is going to dictate what I'm going to do with the fiber. because I couldn't really decide how I wanted to spin this. Later in the video, I'll talk about it. But this 50-50 merino tencel blend can be a tough one to spin. Pre-drafting will help, as well as spinning from the fold. If you have static, spray it with a fine mist of water. Don't be afraid to card this or blend it further either. I think I want to turn this into a bat, y'all. I think I want to turn it into a bat. I think I want to card it up. I think I want to do a run through the drum card drawer. I think that's going to be the next video. I don't know. Just giving y'all a heads up. Okay. Bye. I just thought this was important info. I'm really curious because like BFL, I feel like you can kind of see like BFL is pretty drapey and so is alpaca. And then the rose fiber also adds to the drape. So I have a feeling this is going to be a really drapey yarn. So I am tempted to make this maybe like, it's been a while since I spun like a nice thin lightweight 2-ply. I think that would look really nice. And then this, oh gosh. Should I fractal spin it? I've never fractal spun anything with, no, that's not true. I was about to say I've never fractal spun anything with like a tencel element or an additional like white element that's running throughout the dyed fiber, but I have before, and I can't remember if I was crazy about the results, which makes me feel like maybe I should do something else with it. I chain plied the last one, and I made a really groovy, I'm not going to call it a gradient yarn, I'm going to call it, oh, what's the word? Sorry, I literally had to stop filming and look it up because I was just like painfully curious. Self-striping. The last one I spun into a self-striping yarn. I spun it just like the way it was, top to bottom, because I really enjoyed the way, like I thought that each individual hue was really beautiful and I didn't want to lose any of them to like the plying process. And so I chain plied it to make a really groovy self-striping yarn, and I really liked it. I don't really want to make this into a self-striping yarn. That's not the vibe, but I do want to do something different with it. I don't know. I'm going to mull it over. Maybe I'll have decided by the next video, fingers crossed. And I'm going to let y'all go. I think I'm going to keep it short and sweet so that editing this doesn't irritate me. And so I film my whip check video pretty soon after and get that posted for you guys. As always, thanks for watching. Thanks to those of you who did check in and reach out on my other social medias just to make sure everything was a-okay. It is. Sometimes I just don't feel like talking to the camera. I don't know. There are weeks where I'm like, I could just yap and talk to you guys. And then other weeks I'm just like, I have talked so much already this week and I am sick of my own voice. So I'm not going to subject other people to it. And that's just how it is. But as always, thank you for watching, Fiber Friends, and I'll see you on the next episode of the Wool to Gold podcast.